LambdaGeneration.
Oh, well, hello there, people, and welcome to a brand new episode of All Things Lambda. We got a whole bunch of things to talk about in this episode, so let's just get started. Let's just get started. Remember when I was talking about the trademark filing for Valve Index some time ago? Well, the fruits of that have come out lately because Valve has recently announced that Valve Index is actually not a database for VR performance or something like that. It's actually going to be virtual reality hardware developed by Valve in-house. Valve previously had the Vive, but that was built by HTC, not by Valve themselves. Valve worked a lot on the concept and the software for the device though. The Valve Index Steam page was recently leaked and it had a few things to tell us. For example, it told us that it'll have a pass-through camera feature allowing you to see the real world when needed. It also lists the GTX 1070 to be the recommended GPU, but it could run as low as on the GTX 970. The page also listed a shipping date. It's supposed to be out on June 15th, which isn't too far from now. Later on, a Valve spokesperson stated that the leaked page was indeed pretty accurate to their plans, but not very finished as of yet. Valve is also aiming for May 1st to reveal the full device, and they're also going to start taking pre-orders from that day onwards. If you want to find out more, I've linked an article from Road to VR in the description below. Ready to start modding with the Entropy Zero SDK? Yeah, you heard that right. Brettman and his lead programmer 1UpD have released the Entropy Zero SDK for modders to make use of and to make maps for. This was ultimately done to encourage the community to create content with the EZ assets. You also get the source files for the map, so you can take a little peek inside of them to see just exactly how Brettman has constructed the maps, and what kind of tricks he used. I've put a link in the description for the full blog post with the download link. Just remember that if you do decide to make content using the EZ assets, you ought to give Brettman and his team credit. It's kind of fair, innit? So this is a first for us here. We're actually about to talk about a mod for Portal 2. Whoa, I know, right? What a strange turn of events. But it's a Half-Life related one, trust me. Portal 2 Abyss aims to further bridge the gap between the Half-Life and Portal setting by putting the player in Aperture science during the 7-hour war. The story goes as follows. The 7-hour war is going on outside in full blast and you and your buddies were ambushed by the Combine, later completely separated. You are being transported through the facility with its transporting system, which collapses due to the raging war outside the doors. You end up falling and falling and falling until you land into the old depths of Aperture science. Not much more is known about the storyline yet, but we do have lots of really nice looking screenshots to show you. The mapping in this mod looks really high quality and definitely something Valve would release for the full game. As you can see, the mod uses many of the graphical enhancements that the Source Engine version that Portal 2 runs on brings, like improved projected textures and their shadows. I've put a link in the description for their ModDB page, definitely looking forward to playing this. Okay, this is a really quick one, but we just had to include it. Gabe Newell underwear. Apparently, this Chinese underwear producer has used a picture of Gabe Newell for their model, and it says long D next to him. Okay, I'm done. Next. VANCE has received their first big media update. VANCE is a mod that puts you in the shoes of Alex Vance in an alternate universe where Gordon refused to accept the G-Man's offer and died. Or if you'd rather perceive Half-Life Anticlimax as canon, then maybe not entirely. They are showing off concept art for various enemies like the Combine Assassin, a cool-looking Combine Soldier, a fat headcrab zombie, and some weaponry. Apart from that, we also have some actual weapon models, an actually really cool-looking HEV suit that Alex wears throughout the game, and an actual model for the Combine Assassin. There is also some mapping work shown here, and a few tweaks to the AI are not out of the equation either. If you want to see these things for yourself, I've linked their ModDB page in the description below. After having disappeared for a very long time, the team behind Resident Evil Cold Blood has continued work on their mod and they're making some major improvements to it. It was long believed that the codebase to the mod was lost due to hardware failures, But recently, an old backup drive has been rediscovered, with the codebase of Beta 2 still mostly intact on there, which means that they could continue development, which they did. They have improved a whole bunch of things like the HUD, AI, and a long list of other things. They're also planning on making the mod run under Swen Co-op to make use of the expanded entity count that it has to offer. If you want to know more about this, I've linked their new ModDB posts in the description below. Nope, we're not done talking about cosplay yet. Artist Ellie Gonzalez has created an HEV suit from scratch and is planning on wearing it on the 2019 Polycon convention in Florida. So if you're going there, you have some Half-Life stuff to look forward to. The suit itself looks pretty good. I like the details and the paint job has been applied masterfully. Congratulations to Ellie for putting in the effort. It really shows. I've put a link to their Twitter page in the description below in case you want to take another good look at it. And this is the end of episode 38 of All Things Lambda. Now 100% generator free. Kinda-ish, I guess. If you want more Half-Life stuff, follow us on the socials. They're on screen right now in this neat graphic I made. Join our Discord server for more conversations. Like what I do? Great! I got my own YouTube channel called Glorious Rigby that's awaiting you right after this video. Go and check it out. It's linked alongside my Twitter in the description below. Well, I'm heading off now. Freddy has eaten my neighbor. My entire neighbor. Like, with a fork. Don't forget to subscribe and to ring the bell icon to never miss another All Things Lambda. Salutations!